I did not really want to finish this video. When I made yogurt the first time, I obviously filmed myself doing it. Now, going back, doing the voiceover, I'm not very motivated because honestly, this was a failure. A few weeks back though, I did promise you I was going to show you how I made yogurt, and I said I would take you along. So right now, I'm just cleaning my air fryer. I actually did this the day before I planned to make the yogurt because I knew the yogurt took a long time to make and I wanted to go into the yogurt making day fresh. So just cleaning, I'm cleaning parts that I don't even need to clean technically. So typically we use this as an air fryer. So there's like a basket within it. There's also like a little, I don't know, tray, not really a tray. It's more like a shelf to double stack things. I took both these out and cleaned them. Really unnecessary. When you make yogurt, you use the main basin and then you actually use a different lid. So the lid that's attached to this will stay open, and I will do the lid that you can like seal shut. It's like the pressure cooker type lid. So that's what we're actually going to be using. While I was cleaning, I did put some boiling water in it and I closed the air fryer lid. Do not run water in your air fryer. I just used it in there to like steam up the inside so I could clean a little bit easier. Okay. Do not run water in your air fryer. I attempted to make yogurt in my like Ninja Air Fryer Foodi. On the back, it says Ninja Foodi Cooker. The model number is, I believe, 0S400 Series LP3. The volume of this is an 8-quart. And so yeah, basically if that helps you out, that is what I'm working with today. When it comes to trying new things, it can always be a little stressful. And for me on this, I didn't have much to lose. I was going to lose a few tablespoons of yogurt and a half gallon of milk. Okay. During this, I was in the pantry challenge, so I didn't want to waste that milk. But at the end of the day, is it a big deal? No. Did I waste my time, a little bit of effort, and a little bit of like mental effort? Yes. The thing is that we have to try new things to gain confidence, to push ourselves. You know, I don't feel like I'm the best wife, mother, and homemaker. I want to grow. I want to learn, and I want to do better. I don't want to feel like I can't do things because I don't know how or I'm uneducated. I want to challenge myself and push myself to learn things. I think the fear of failing can stop us from doing new things as well. Social media, for example, people are going to show the wins. Every now and then somebody will show a fail and kind of laugh at themselves. But overall, we see the wins. You know, they show the perfect loaf of sourdough, not the 2 months of trying and failing that it took them to get to that point. Failing can also feel like a waste of time. And if you are a human, time is limited. Whether you're a mom, whether you work, whatever you're doing, you do feel like your time is limited. And you want to do things that feel worthwhile with your time. And the successes feel worthwhile. The failures do not. So that is a huge bummer when there's a chance of failure. But we can't not do things because of the fear of failure. And during this process, I do feel like I wasted some milk. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's just a little bit of milk. No reason to cry over spilled milk, right? You are going to win some and you are going to lose some. For example, myself, pizza dough. It has become a win for me. I make pizza dough all the time. I make our own like homemade pizzas. It did take time and practice though. There were a few whoopsies in the beginning. I definitely had some pizza dough, rolled it out, put it on my cookie sheet, put it in the oven, and it definitely stuck to the pan. Like ridiculously stuck. A lot of work to clean it off. The pizza was a disaster. It happened. Those failures have to happen and you do learn. Well, they don't have to happen for everybody, but for some of us, they do happen. And I learned, and now I make pizza dough and I really don't even think about it. Honestly, I don't even get out my recipe anymore. I have it memorized and I love that. I take pride in that and I'm so satisfied with that. Unfortunately though, making yogurt this day was a fail for me. Will I try again? Maybe. But also, do we go through enough yogurt for it to be worth it? Does it taste better from the store? And was it worth the I don't want to say time and effort because a lot of it the Ninja is doing for me, but I'm still having to keep track of it. And I'm honestly running electric to this thing for hours upon hours. I don't know if that was worth it. And honestly, the price of milk isn't that cheap compared to the price of yogurt. So would I save money? Yes. But would I save a ton of money? No. So I don't know if I'm going to give this another try. I truly don't. I do think my daughter, who is the primary yogurt eater, is particular about the texture and the flavor of her yogurt, so I don't know that she's going to like the homemade. Now, I found a recipe online, and I'm going to work off that recipe. It was the homemade Ninja Foodi yogurt. I will post that recipe in the description, of course. All that I needed to make this was a half gallon of whole milk, and it called for a package of yogurt starter, but there was an option in the notes to use 3 tablespoons of yogurt that I bought at the store. So I went with that method. So it's time to get right into it. We open up the Ninja, take off that main lid. You do want to go ahead and take out those extra components for when you use it as an air fryer. And then if you notice, I've gotten out my lid. This is like the pressure cooking lid. I've got out my measuring cup. I'm going to go ahead and measure out 2 cups at a time and get to a 1/2 gallon of milk. Okay, that is all the milk we need. We are then going to grab the lid. We are going to set it to vent. There's a vent option there. And you can kind of feel if it's open or closed when you have it in person. It's a little easier to tell. We're going to set that on there, and it does sort of go sideways and clicks like a lock into place sort of vibe. I made sure that that little valve is still on vent. So we are going to turn it on, hit the power button, and then we're going to hit the yogurt function. We want to click the time arrow up button until you get to 8 hours. And then I believe at this part, you're going to want to hit yogurt. Okay, and then it'll say that it is boiling. So the first time, at first when I did this, I hit start and it started counting down from the 8 hours. And I was like, wait a minute. First, we're supposed to do the boiling step. Just make sure it is at the boiling step, not counting down your 8 hours yet. That part comes later. It got to the boiling point. It told me that I need to add and stir. So I'm going to remove the lid. This is after it has boiled and cooled down, I should say. So I actually started this yogurt at 11 a.m. and then it did the boiling and then it said cooling. And I believe it said cooling at about 11:20. Then it did not say add and stir until 3 p.m. So it took almost 4 hours of cooling. Thought that was a little crazy. Then at this point, I added 3-ish tablespoons of yogurt. Now, the important thing was to make sure the yogurt had live active cultures. According to the back, it does have that. Now, I kind of like dropped a little yogurt. I didn't really measure perfectly. I'm wondering if maybe I did too much yogurt, to be determined. And the other thing I will say is my yogurt is vanilla flavored. In general, I read multiple recipes. It does say to use yogurt that's not flavored at all, and I forgot that, and I bought yogurt flavored. Was that my problem? Not sure. Anyway, we added in that yogurt. We are going to stir it in kind of gently, get it incorporated. It recommended using a silicone spatula. I don't know if using metal would affect the taste at all. I know certain things, you got to be careful with. So that's why I went ahead and followed the directions and used a silicone spatula. We are then going to replace the lid, put it back on. The valve is still going to be set to vent. I keep making sure that it is set to vent every time I put that lid on. And then we are going to press that start button again. And now the 8-hour countdown should start. I started this at about 3 p.m. in the afternoon and it went till 11 p.m. I had to stay up for my yogurt. I wanted to go to bed. So now we got those final minutes counting down. You can tell it is dark in my kitchen. It's literally like 11 at night. We can open the lid once it is done. We don't have to wait any longer. Now it starts counting up. I was a little unsure on that, but I went ahead and just stopped it. I thought that was maybe if you wanted to go a little longer, or it was just letting you know, hey, you're over the time and yada yada. So I take off the lid very carefully. I'm always nervous. I don't do a lot of pressure cooking. I have never canned anything, so kind of intimidating for me, but when you open that lid, there is some condensation, so watch out for that dripping all over the place. Now, I give it a little stir. Just looking at it, it definitely looks more like sour cream to me than yogurt, but I thought, you know what, maybe it's just like, this is how it looks when it's homemade. So they recommended putting it in glass jars. I don't really have any glass jars. I had this glass bowl, so I figured I would pour some in there. And then the rest just had to go in various different containers. I had a couple yogurt containers that I actually saved intentionally. Yes, it is plastic, but it is what it is. After I get done transferring all of the yogurt into containers, it is going to sit in the fridge overnight. Here's me showing you a little bit of like the texture. I tried to like incorporate, got a little liquidy, a little chunky, mix it up, and I don't know, it's still a little off. So this is the next morning. I am trying the yogurt from the store. This is what I used as the starter. Okay, tastes vanilla-y, tastes smooth, pretty good. I wanted to sample the store one with this homemade one to see the difference. So now I am tasting the one I made and realizing, nope, it's not right. It tastes like sour cream. That is a bummer. It is not good. There's no way my child is going to eat this. It's not good. And I even think about, okay, do I add sweeteners to it? Do I add vanilla? And I was like, you know what? I think this is too far gone. Vanilla is expensive. I don't want to waste it. And I think this was a fail overall. So it is what it is. And I just, again, want to say at the end of the day, we have to try new things. We have to grow. We have to learn. The goal in life is not to be stagnant. It's to take risks and try new things, even if that is only making homemade yogurt. Alrighty, I will see you guys in the next one. Have a wonderful day.